What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Iccy Show. This is interview 728 interviews I've done. Give this special guest from Manchester, New Hampshire a second to get on here. We'll start this Iccy Show. If you want to be a guest, I'm booking to March. So inbox your girl, Jackie Brown with 2 C's, I.E. Brown. Shout out to my team, the Iccy Show team. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. My condolences to anyone who has lost anyone. Shout out to League of Mob Entertainment, worldwide collaboration, family, salute, salute, let's go. 2026 is here, new month. If you don't know this lady that's coming on here, she has a lot to say, and I'm excited to have her on the Iccy Show. She has interesting topics to talk about, so stay tuned. We're just having some technical difficulties, but bear with us. Shout out to New York. We had Mississippi on here a second ago. Peace, love, respect for Jerichos and countries you are tuning in from on this Monday. Happy Monday, positive vibes. Does it give you an option to be added to the live? Are your settings on private by any chance? Peace, peace, family. Mississippi in the building. Brooklyn in the building. If your notifications on your settings are on a private setting, it won't allow you to do it. But if it's not, it should give you a notification to be added to the live. Blessings, blessings, 718, Brooklyn in the building. I got my Coney Island, showing support right here. Happy Monday, peace, peace, blessings. Just give us a second. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have a great interview. Peace, Derek. Peace, peace. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. We're just having some technical difficulties, but bear with us. Bear with us. You don't want to miss this interview. It's going to be big. A lot to talk about. You need to tap in on this interview. This is some serious stuff. Bear with us, bear with us. We're just having some technical difficulties, everybody. Peace, Brown. Peace, 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 family. Peace, peace. Blessings, definitely. Brown up the street. What's going on? Blessings. It's Black History Month, so salute to everybody, power to you, everybody. I'm just trying to get her on here. Stay tuned, just bear with us. You don't want to miss this interview. I'm telling you, don't. She's checking her settings right now to see if it's on a private setting, because if it is, it's not going to go through. So put your area codes, countries you're tuning in from, and we're going to get this interview going in a second, so just bear with us. Tap in tomorrow at 6 p.m. I got Gigi on the Iccy Show. Matt and I both looking. There is no notification or ad. That's weird. And it says I sent you the notification. What I could do is I can end it and then come right back and see if it was just a glitch. I could try doing that. Can you send me an image? I just tried to do it again after I read what you said about Matt and I both. and it says I already sent it to you. And then it should give you a notification, like not even notification. If it doesn't give you the notification, it should give you a button to be added to the live. That should be there. Do you want me to end this and then come right back how I did the first time and see if it gives you the option? Oh, I see yours. I got it. I got yours. See, we win. We conquer. I got it. Hey,
Excuse me.
welcome to the Iccy Showw. This is Jenny Coffey from Manchester, New Hampshire to Boston 617. Interview number 728 interviews are done. I appreciate you coming on here, and I told you not to give up, and we made it.
Yeah, no, I've got it on my phone, but for whatever reason, it wasn't working on the laptop. I have no idea why.
Well, it's okay. At least we have you finally on the Iccy Showw. I'm honored to have you on my show. I've known you for years. I see what you've been doing. And for the people that don't know of you, what have you been doing at the White House? I see you with the pictures and, hearing you. So let them know.
Hey, well, a lot of advocacy, a lot of advocacy. I've been a healthcare advocate for a lot of years now, trying to help people get access to the healthcare that they need because insurance companies love to deny people access, as well as advocating for money that we need for healthcare that's not being invested and is being diverted to other places. For example, the ACA tax credits. We've spent a lot of time up there doing that. And right now there's so much going on in our world, it's hard to stay focused on one issue, especially when you see what's happening in our immigrant community. Um, so there's a lot of battles going on, but we got to keep fighting them, and it's up to us to keep fighting them on the home front and in DC. And there's a lot of people like me who, aren't perfectly healthy, are disabled, but we go to DC and we meet with our senators and our representatives, and we look for them in the hallways and stop them and try and talk to them and do everything that we can to make sure that they listen to the working people who are out here paying all the taxes and basically getting screwed over. So I'll be heading back there again actually this week. We're trying to fight for 14th Amendment rights and bring attention to the fact that they're being trampled all over the place in every aspect of our lives, whether it's healthcare, whether it's immigration advocacy, whatever it is. Our rights especially lately, are being completely stomped all over. And we've got to fight this in every way, shape, and form, in every possible venue. So I'll be taking part in a press conference in front of the Supreme Court when we try and do some more of that this week.
Go, keep going. I believe in you, definitely. I listen, I watch some of the videos, and I'm so proud of you because we need people like you, what you are doing to make a difference. Because if we don't have people like you, to, you know, use your voice, because you're experiencing a healthcare problem with yourself, other people are suffering as well. And, some people can't go and do what you are by going to the White House, but you do.
Exactly.
And I commend you. Have you ever felt fear when you're in these protests, or if you're at
Oh,
the
yeah.
White House and, they threatening? How do you, have you ever felt scared?
Yeah, I mean, it does happen. There have been times that I've felt scared, but I recognize the fact that I am a very pale-skinned woman. So if anybody needs to be out there, it needs to be people like me, because my voice gets a little farther sometimes. Maybe I don't get shut down as quick, especially these days when they're pulling people over because they're brown or black, trying to throw them out of our country. So it's really important that we all stand up and be as loud as possible and fight back and not allow the government to do this. We're supposed to be a country about democracy. We're supposed to be a country where everybody is equal, right? Doesn't matter. When I was an EMT, when I was working in the field, I couldn't care less if you were black, white, Asian, young, old, whatever. You're a human body on my stretcher that needs care. That's all I saw. And that's exactly how the government is supposed to work. We're all supposed to be equals. But that ain't the way that it works, right? I mean, let's face the facts that the money that they steal from us, they put in the pockets of rich people, all these millionaires and billionaires that own all of these super expensive companies. I mean, just look at healthcare. We pay, I mean, everybody who starts working, a lot of us people, I started work when I was like 14, started paying into Medicare. This is this insurance we're supposed to have, right, when we're older. But those Medicare tax dollars aren't ending up in our health care. They're ending up in the pockets of the executives of United Healthcare and Cigna and Blue Cross Blue Shield. They make a lot of money of our Medicare tax dollars that don't end up going to the health care they're supposed to go to. And that is the greatest fleecing of America ever. And we have to keep fighting against that. And we have to change the conversation and make people realize that insurance companies don't do a damn thing to make sure you're healthier or you get the care that you need. What they do is delay the care, deny the care, go back on it. I mean, when I started doing this, it wasn't to save the world. I was disabled. I had had breast cancer. It was the second time I'd had cancer. And when I woke up, I couldn't do anything. Couldn't lift people for a living anymore, that was for sure. I lost my career. I lost my house. I lost everything. And I ended up being bedbound for 2.5 years until I got the right diagnoses. Yeah, it was a long time. I had actually made an appointment to sign my DNR. I was, done. I was on a lot of medications, horrible medications, a lot of drugs, a lot of opioids, a lot of narcotics, because I have what's called CRPS, complex regional pain syndrome. It's the most painful disease known to medicine, and about 70% of people, young and old, who have it consider suicide. They shouldn't have to because there are treatments available if you got the money to buy your way in. I ended up selling my possessions, running GoFundMes, and bought my way into ketamine infusion therapy. And that's what unlocked me from the bed. That's what ended my need to have opioids and narcotics. Over time, it allowed me to get back out of the bed and to start having a quality life again that was worth living. But I had to pay for it 100% out of pocket. When the world went upside down, like a lot of people, our expenses went through the roof. Our rent went hundreds of dollars inside a couple of months. We had a $400 increase, and it was either pay it or get out, like a lot of people. So we had to pay it. So I started rationing my infusions. Like a lot of people, you ration your medication, you ration your food, you turn the heat down lower, maybe you sit in the dark a little bit more. You do whatever you got to do, right, to pay your bills monthly. And especially if you're like me, you're living on disability, not a hell of a lot of money there. Right. And yeah, it was a rough road. And when I was rationing the treatments, I was declining. I was starting to have problems walking. I was starting to have problems just getting from this room to the bathroom, which is just a few short steps away. But to get there, I might as well be trying to climb a mountain. That's how painful and difficult and awful it was.
I remember.
So,
you were suffering.
Yeah, you do. You were friends with us. You were sharing my GoFundMes.
Yes,
Yep.
I remember.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean,
I'm proud of you. You look amazing. I'm proud of you. For keep on fighting. Oh, we lost her. We'll get her back. This is important what we're talking about. She's dealing with medical Um, you know, she looks great. She was suffering when I seen her in a lot of pain. And to see her now, I'm like, whoa, 360. So I can't wait to get her back on here to talk about those infusions, you know, what saved her. So we'll tap in, put your air codes, countries you're tuning in from. It says you can't be added in. Why? It says technical error on you. I'm trying to send you the request too. Can you try to send it to me? Oh, here we go. I sent it to you. Here we go.
Here we go.
Welcome back. They had me scared for a minute. I'm like, what is going on?
So welcome to the wonderful world of chronic illness. My med alarm went off on my phone, and that disconnected us. So because it goes off 8 times a day, so it's kind of hard.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, I am. I'm fine. The cancer did a lot of damage, so I have a lot of medications. I have to do drops in my eyes. We're trying to keep me from going blind. So it's that kind of a thing. But what I was so where it went from there was I ended up finding about this organization called People's Action, and they have a program called Care of a Cost. And you submit what's going on with you, and if they think they can help, they'll help you fight the insurance company to get the care. So they took me on. We did national campaign. We did videos. We did petitions. I went to D.C. I went to my senator's offices, Shaheen and Hassan. I went everywhere. We talked to everyone. We embarrassed the hell out of United Healthcare and said, look, why aren't you paying for this woman's infusions that got her out of a bed that ended her need to decide a frickin' DNR? So we got a prior an authorization that says, hey, you can go have the treatment. So, woo, right, we win. For sure.
Yeah. Yes.
Then it comes, so then it comes time to pay the bills, right? And we've been doing this for a few months. We've been fighting with them. And I get a thing that says they paid $1.22 for my 4-hour infusion under cardiac monitoring, under sedation, $1.22, because that's going to pay the doctor bills, right? He's going to be able to afford his staff and pay the electric bill and all of that. So, okay, I have to appeal this. So I appeal it. And they reassess it. And they come back and they said, oh, we're going to take back a few cents. We're only going to pay $1.11. We think we screwed up the first time.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
So we got to embarrass them again. We got to do another thing. I went to United Healthcare's headquarters in Minnesota. We did a die-in in the middle of their lobby, and I stood there with a megaphone, and I told them, I don't want to die. Pay for my care. And we took copies of my own denials and my own arguments with them and put them into this fake casket that we had made with people lying around it as a die-in, because when you delay and you delay care for people, people die.
Yeah.
One of the girls I met around this road, lost her dad because United Healthcare denied him the care that he needed to recover and threw him out of a facility after only 2 weeks of care. He didn't even last 24 hours at home before they had to call the ambulance to emergently run him back, and he subsequently died a short time later. And
wow,
nobody deserves that. Now, we're talking about a company that makes on average about $8 billion a quarter in profit. That's every 3 months. And that's not enough to them. That's why they increase your premium, they increase your deductible, They decrease how much they're going to cover. I mean, when Medicare Advantage first came around, they said, oh, we're doing this great dental care until recently, when now only they cover cleanings and x-rays, but no actual work unless you give them more money to buy more insurance. But meanwhile, they get Medicare tax dollars for every single person that's on a Medicare Advantage plan, and that goes into their profit margins. And then they bitch they didn't make enough. And they come back to the government and say, we want more. So when we embarrassed them some more, and I went back to my senators and got more complaining done, they finally paid that infusion bill. But it was a battle ever since.
And how
I'm
often
lucky.
did it have them?
It was every 3 months. I'm very happy to say that as of today, I am 10 months out from my last infusion and doing well. I am stable. My doctors have put me on what's called low-dose naltrexone, my neurologist. I have what's really severe small fiber neuropathy. Unfortunately, rare disease came with some buddies, and those buddies decided that my small nerve fibers were an enemy of the state and have systemically been destroying them in my body. So the low-dose naltrexone actually tricks my body into thinking it doesn't have enough happy hormones. So the pain and the stabbing and the burning and the on fires and the feeling like you're walking through a briar patch with barbed wire wrapped around you feelings are significantly decreased by the low-dose naltrexone, by tricking my own body into making its own morphine.
Wow.
And that has been a game changer for me, to where now for me, the infusions are now no longer a life-saving needing thing. They are now when I flare, that's where we go to put the fire back out. That's the treatment now. And I'm prepared to pay for it 100% out of pocket. Going through this process, the one thing I want to share is that it took a long time for me to realize I was worth it. And when I say that, I mean, we all spend money, right? You'll buy a new coat, you buy clothes, you buy a car, and you look at those things and you go, oh, I spent, $400 payment or a couple $100 for that. But when it comes to buying our own medications and treatment, we nickel and dime ourselves into our own deaths and into our own suffering. I'm not going to pay that. It's too much money. I learned how to spend money on myself by buying my treatments to stay alive. $600, $600. $200, $200, whatever it is. I share in a place. We each have our own rooms. I keep my expenses down by having my own room, renting my space. You learn to change your ways about certain things. I will admit that I did sell off pretty much everything I owned that was of any value and used all of it to buy treatments, because for a while there, the infusions were pretty much monthly. If I went beyond 6 weeks without an infusion, I would rapidly decline to being bedbound again and not able to walk from point A to point B. It's bad. And kids get this disease. That's why they call it the suicide disease, because it leads people having suicide because the pain is so bad. And it's not just pain in the normal sense of pain. It's literally feeling like you're on fire, or you're walking on broken glass, or trying to just water. A simple shower can feel like somebody's stabbing you with needles.
Jesus.
It's the nervous system on overdrive. In my case, genetics plays a role. It's not diet. It's none of that bull they're trying to sell you now. My genetics are shitty, and I got the crappy end of the stick, which is why I had 2 cancers. The first when I was 30, the second at 42. My maternal grandmother died by the time she was like 42 from cancer. So this genetics it's in the family. I'm lucky that I'm here. I defy the odds. On paper, I look like I'm dying, and I kind of find that funny. Other people pick on me when I say that, and I'm like, what? I think it's funny. I actually had a doctor walk in a room once and walk out because he thought he had the wrong patient. Excuse me for a moment.
I'm sorry that you went through that.
I find humor in it now because humor is a really big thing. Humor is my go-to. And being a New Englander, sarcasm is a big one. I I've been when I used to have my port, I had a port for over 9 years. Getting on the LDN enabled me to get rid of the port that we never thought I'd ever get rid of. And they attach your IV to it, and I would just sit there like it was a boa, going, "Come on, want to dance?" Just goofing around because that's how you survive this shit, right?
Yeah.
You, I spent 2.5 years laying in a bed being depressed. I, I went through wanting to take my own life. I nearly did. What stopped me was what it would have done to the person I was with. But now I don't want to die anymore. Now I want to be here. And it really took valuing myself enough to invest in myself and not go, how could I spend this?
Right.
Well, yeah, I can spend this because my life is worth it. And so is yours. You can have a valuable that sits on the shelf. It's worth whatever amount of money, collecting dust. Or you sell it and you use the money to save a life.
And it shouldn't be that
I
way. It should be that, insurance pays for it, especially how, you know, you were suffering so bad. And then where you're at right now, it's amazing to see you like this. And, you know, that treatment definitely worked. And you could be saving another life by telling your story to help. Insurances should be paying for it if it's saving a life. That's important. Especially if
100%. I pay for the LDN 100% out of pocket too. Because it's a compounded med, I pay for that 100% out of pocket. But again, I'm worth it. My life is worth it. I want to stick around because that's what we all want, right? We all want more time. And
yes,
these people are taking this money that should be invested in our health care, giving us more time with our loved ones. And they use it to buy their third house, to fuel their Gulfstream frickin' jets. United Healthcare has 2 Gulfstream jets. They don't fly with the peasants, you and I.
right, right,
How much? That's $50,000 each. That money came out of our Medicare tax dollars that could have paid for somebody's chemo, that could have paid for somebody to have a home health aide and live in their home for their final days. The things that you and I pay for, this is our money. This is our money that we pay out of our paychecks every single week, starting from the very first paycheck you ever get. You pay Medicare taxes. And that money is diverted to their pockets. And we're the only country like this. And that's something America, we are so indoctrinated in what we have, we don't know what we could have or what it's like. And we're sold this bill that either we have this private thing or socialized medicine. And that's not the truth. We're the only country that associates your job with your health care. So the minute you get sick, you lose your job, you lose your health care.
yeah,
Nowhere else in the world does your health care come through your job. I went to the Netherlands and I experienced a national healthcare system. National healthcare system, the practices, the hospitals, what have you, they're all still private companies. They're all still owned by whomever or what have you. But the bills are paid by the government and you pay a flat fee. And over there, your flat fee is more than just your health care. It's your health care, it's your dental, it's your vision appointments. It's also your third-party insurance because they don't have cars like we do. They have bicycles like we have cars, like everywhere. So you have to have third-party insurance. So if you whack into somebody else, you're covered. That's how their country is. So you pay your fee, but then when you need the care, you go. I had a friend.
oh, Technical difficulty, technical difficulty. It's saying technical. Can you try to send it to me? It's not allowing me to accept it. Told you this was gonna be a good interview. Stay tuned. Told you this is. I don't even see her on here now. Peace, love, and respect. Put your area codes, countries you're tuning in. Tell a friend, tell a friend. You want to be on the Iccy Show? Check out the Bible studies we did with DJ Slime Bugs yesterday for Brooklyn, New York, 718 to Boston 617. And then also we had Alabama. Static, aka Ocho from Alabama. I was seeing if she was coming. I don't see her coming back on here. So just give her a second. If you're on here, just put the hit the add in so we can get you. I know you had to be somewhere at 7 o'clock, so I'm trying to beat your time frame. Peace, peace, blessings on blessings, everybody. If you're in here, just send the request, please and thank you. Let's go. Happy Monday, everybody. Peace, peace. You didn't see this interview from the beginning, tap in, definitely. Check out the interview I did with Moolah Monopoly, Young Biggs, Headliners Entertainment. Let's go. New England. Iccy Show's on tour this let's see. Yeah, it's saying it's not allowing you. Let me see. Okay, I just sent it to you. Ooh,
There.
there we go.
I owe you. I owe you a round two. I owe you a second interview.
It's okay.
So,
I know you're on a time frame, so we got about 5 minutes left on your time. What would you like to say, so we don't go past you? I know you got
okay. What I do is try and carry everybody's stories with me and share those. Every time I get a chance to go to DC, I share it. If I'm meeting with somebody, I share it. If I'm talking to another organizer, I share it. Just because I'm disabled doesn't mean I can't be a voice. And because I can, then I want to. So go to jencoffey.com, JENNCOFFEY.com. All about me. My email's there. If you need help, email me. Let's see if we can't get somebody hooked up with you. Stay tuned to Popular Democracy. Great organization. I'll be with them on Wednesday at 11 a.m. We'll be going live from in front of the Supreme Court, where we're going to be talking about our 14th Amendment rights, why they're important, what we're looking to protect, whether it's healthcare, whether it's immigration rights, equality. We have got to stand up and stand for each other, and we need to, every person that hears my voice, you need to stand with me. I need you next to me, and I need you to get somebody else to stand next to you and keep going. Because until a greater number of this country stands up, we're not going to stop the abuses, and we have got to stop it now. The police are ICE is pulling people over based on the color of their skin or the way their voice sounds. Hell no, we ain't going to go backwards in this country. I need you to stand with me. And for every kid out there whose doctor is having to fight an insurance company to get them the medication they need to live, they need you to stand with us too. So come on out, find out how you can get active, be active, join organizations in your state. If you're not sure who to join, just reach out. And I will be totally I'm making notes to myself that you and I are going to do this again. I owe you. I'm going to make sure all of the alarms are shut off on my phone so we can't get cut off. And I'd
No
be
problem.
more than happy to do that. And you keep doing what you're doing and bringing voices out there and bringing truth to power. You need
Thank
to
you.
keep doing that. I love you. We love you. We love having you a part of the IPM Nation family. Don't forget to
Yes,
check out ipmnation.com. That's
yes,
where you can find this show and a lot of other great ones.
yes, yes. Shout out to Matt. Salute to him. I've known you guys for 15 years plus, maybe like 16, 17 now, because my son will be 16, so long time.
I'm
I'm proud of you
not
guys.
going to tell you how old my son is.
Well, I appreciate you always coming on the Iccy Show, and I look forward, to coming up to your new location where Matt is, and
Yeah. You got to
I will.
come in studio.
Yes, yes. Let me
Yes,
let me
yes.
know you got it available. I'll be right there. Sooner the better because that would be better for me. But I have filming coming up in a couple weeks, so if he can squeeze me in,
Awesome.
yeah, definitely inbox
I'm
me,
going to
please.
send you a list of open dates, and so your audience knows what we're talking about. Matt Connaughton Unleashed is
Yes,
a radio program on WMNH 95.3 FM here in Manchester, New Hampshire. We feature independent artists, musicians, people that are doing wonderful things in their community, and we love having promoters come on and owners and people who share their music, their poetry, their creativity with us. So if that's you, check out Matt Connaughton Unleashed, and I'm Jenny, I'm his partner, and I take care of all the bookings, and I would be happy to get you booked on the show, and I will be sending you the updated open list so you can pick out a date and come
thank.
back on.
Yes, definitely. And if you don't know who Matt is, that's how I found out I was pregnant with my son. So Matt is a powerful person over there.
Wait a
So
minute, you better
Jenny,
explain that one.
huh? What'd you say?
You better explain that one.
We were at
How
the
you
music
found out you
show.
were pregnant?
Yeah, that's how I found out I was pregnant with my son. We were going on the stage, and Matt was like, it wasn't Matt. It was uh, oh, what's his name? Norm.
That's way back in the day. Oh, yes.
So
Back in the
Norm said
television days.
Norm called the person I was with back on the stage, and he said bring her too, and then he said he read me like he said you're pregnant, and I was like what?
That's
No.
awesome.
And the crazy thing is when I went in the car, there was like a cologne or perfume, and it bothered me, and I'm like no, he just said that, and I'm like oh my god. And the next day I remember I called Matt and I said call Noam, let him know that he was right because I did a test and I was,
That's
yeah,
awesome. That's a fun
yeah,
way to find out.
yeah.
All right.
Tell me about this. I was like, no, I'm not pregnant. But yeah, awesome. That's how I love it. So, but I appreciate you, Jenny, coming on and keep on going, keep on fighting. You know, um, and if there's anything I could promote for you on the Iccy Show, let me know, please, because I do know a lot of politicians out there. They do, tune into the Iccy Show. So, a voice is a voice that can go somewhere. Let it go, and power to you. Definitely keep on going. Don't let nothing stop you. And stay safe. Definitely stay
You
safe.
too. Will do.
All right.
Bye,
Bless.
sweetie.
Love ya.